I know we have very strong opinions on this, and going into 2023, I wanted to have a conversation about goal setting. So, in your opinion, Scott, is it important to set goals? Should you be setting goals?
So yeah, you should be setting goals, but it's really not about the actual goal. It's about the habit behind it. So whether it's to make a bunch of money, to get in shape, whatever it is, you'll hear people talk about SMART goals. So you have, your time frame that to hit that goal, which I think is a step in the right direction and say, I want to make $1 million by the end of 2023. That is kind of a SMART goal, but what a lot of people are missing is the how and that daily habit. So what are you going to do daily and what are you going to track daily that's actually going to get you there? And so just the goal itself, I think, doesn't have a lot of value. A SMART goal by itself doesn't have a lot of value, and the affirmations by itself don't have a lot of value. It's the habits that you create that give you the most value.
Right. And when you think in the simplest terms, how many entrepreneurs out there are out there setting goals for 2023 and don't want to look better, don't want to make more money, don't want to grow?
Right.
Goals are literally bullshit. I think they're just fake affirmations that you tell yourself because of course you want to get better, you want to see yourself at that next place, but they don't actually help you get there.
No, you need to figure out those daily tasks, like I said. So for fitness, 2 months ago, I started tracking my calorie intake. So every single day, my habit is to track my calorie intake and try to have daily goals. So those daily goals are tracked, and that's how I'm going to hit my year goal or my 3-year goal, whatever that is, by the habits that I'm creating. And so when you look at these goals, sure, creating a goal is awesome. Like I want to make $10 million, but it's the habits that I work with my team, and what I figure out is what steps do I need to take, what daily actions do I need to do to actually get there. And so if you miss that piece of your quote unquote goals, you're really just writing down dreams.
Right. If you want to have a six-pack abs, awesome, great goal. What are you doing every single day to help you get there? You're tracking your calories every day. That's an active habit
Right.
that you've implemented into your daily life, which is not easy to do.
No.
It can take 6 months to make a new daily task an actual habit or ritual where it's just automatic. So that's, I think, where people should really strive for. We have our meetings, our sales meetings, where our sales manager will come in and talk about the sales goals that they're trying to reach that month. But they're not talking about what are we doing differently that week? What are we doing differently every 2 weeks? So as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, those are the kind of things that you should be pushing, especially when you're starting to hear goals, astronomical numbers, or just whimsical fantasy numbers that are thrown out into the atmosphere that you want to eventually reach for. Duh, you want to make more money. What are you doing to get there?
Right. You have to build out that roadmap. So whatever that is. So if you have, one of our company goals is to make $10 million next year. So in 2023, we want to close $10 million. That roadmap is critical on how do we get there. So what departments we need to build, because we've been in business 3 years. We haven't done that yet, but every year we've had about 200% growth. So obviously we're doing something right, but we need to, if the goal is 10 million, which is a big goal, we need to figure out what those steps are. So I know specific programs that we're working on as a team, specific projects, and we have daily goals for that project and daily audits of what's going on to improve that. So it really is, again, those habits. So tracking your calories if it's fitness, making sure you're going to the gym. If your goal is 5 days a week, whatever it is, but it's really, your goal isn't a six-pack ab. Your goal is to go to the gym 5 days a week and to track that and have some kind of board where you're monitoring that part of it to really get you to that end goal. So what you need to do is, goals do work, but you need smaller goals that are more like daily habits. So my goal, every day I check off that I went to the gym. Every day I check off that I tracked my calories. Every day I checked off that I did, 10 sales calls. Whatever that habit is to get me to that bigger goal.
I feel like we're just kind of sitting here pooping on everyone else's goal setting, which is great because I agree it's poop.
Yeah.
But there is a place for it, I think. And where I see a benefit is setting expectations for the team and selling people on where it is that you're going to be going. And I think we've done a really good job at that. We set a goal for $10 million in 2022.
Right.
That goal we did not hit. It was basically not worthless. And here's why it wasn't worthless. Because when people are coming into work for us, Louis, Justin, some really awesome big hitters, we sold them on the dream that in 2022, we're here to hit $10 million in sales. We want to bring you along for that ride.
Right.
This is how motivated we are. Here's where our mindset's at. And I think that helps with setting expectations for what you expect out of your team and getting incredible talent that wants to join you for that ride.
And it shows the vision too. If you think about athletes in sports, it was impossible to run under a 4-minute mile or whatever it is until someone did it, until someone set that goal. And then all of a sudden everyone started doing it. And so it's letting your team know that, it's possible and it's available and that's the expectations, they're going to work harder. So they feel like, if they are closing $1,000 in sales a week and we're like, well, the goal is really to close 25,000. They're like, oh shoot, I need to increase this. I need to start doing something different. I need to make more calls. So you're setting those expectations with those goals when you have a team.
Right. I think goal setting fundamentally is fighting a culture of complacency.
Yeah.
Because if you see on the wall every day, our goal is to be $10 million a year in sales, this much per week, this much per month, and you're not hitting that, there's no way to be complacent. Especially when you're talking about accountability to your managers, when you're reporting KPIs, you want to have the goal set high, you want to have the bar set high, or else what motive do you have to continue to get better?
Right.
So do you think there is a place for numerical goal setting?
Yes, there is, as long as you're putting actions into place. I think that goals are great. I do have goals across the board in pretty much anything I do, whether it's fitness or when it's finances. But again, the goals itself, it's not just a SMART goal, but what is that action? You have to have that daily action. Yeah, I think that goals are awesome as long as they're achievable and you have small goals along the way. So as an entrepreneur, one of my first goals was $10 a day profit to kind of start my business. And it didn't take me long to get there, but that was a very achievable goal. But the thing was that I had steps in place to also get there. So yes, right now we have a big, massive goal, but there are small goals along the way. And a lot of them aren't actually related to that monetary goal. So, we want to make $10 million in a year, but we also understand to do that, we need to build out our outbound sales team. So really my focus is not on this 10 million, it's on this outbound sales team that's going to help me get there. So you're looking at the bigger picture and again, building that roadmap of success and looking at what steps does it take to get the 10 million? What steps does it take to get the six pack? So as a six pack, you need to eat healthier. You need to track your calories. You need to go to the gym every day. You probably need to start running and doing cardio. So if you work backwards and figure out what you need to do and start putting that into your life and turn those into habits, that's how you're going to succeed and really win.